Hey, welcome to what the fuck? Um, Saturday night. I feel like I haven't done this in a minute. Um, where are we at? I'm filming the finale. Have a couple more days left on that. It's going very well. I I always think, directing is fun. Will be fun in the beginning of the season. Ultimately, I want to continue to write and direct my own stuff, and so it always seems like a good idea. Then the last month just kind of crushes me a little bit. So by the time I'm ready to direct, I'm usually kind of pulpy. So, and then I'm regretting ever taking on the responsibility. And then once I get out there and I'm working with the actors, I remember why I love to do it. I was an acting teacher and a coach for a number of years, and there's just something great diving in and manipulating human behavior and working with really talented people. And so once I pump enough coffee into myself and I'm out there, I always have a really rewarding experience, thanks to my phenomenal crew and my really talented and incredibly generous cast. So I thank you folks for allowing me the experience of doing that. Just want to prepare you for a little bit about our contest, our fan challenge contest. We have our winners, and this began for me a few seasons ago. I forget when it was, in terms of challenging fans and trying to generate some viewership, and then we realized there was this opportunity to work with a network and Fox Home Entertainment to actually make it something more than just flying a few people out and putting them up in a shitty hotel and letting them watch an episode they could clearly watch in the comfort of their own home. So we've been trying to find exciting ways to do this, and FX and Fox 21 and Fox Home Entertainment have been great, and really coughed up some dough, and we were able to sort of make it this event, and it gave them content, some really cool content for the DVDs. So each season we sort of try to do something new and unique, and then I always think, well, what if we don't what if we don't get the numbers? What if the challenges it met? Then it all sort of goes away. So I'm always glad that we managed to incrementally boost our ratings from season to season. So we continue to do this, and as we did this year. So here's what happens: is that I don't really read my Twitter feed like all day long. I kind of binge on Twitter. I'll do like 15 minutes in the morning, and then try to hit it again at night. And if I'm on set or something, I'll try to tweet some pictures, or if I'm in at the mix or post or something, just to kind of keep people engaged. And but I have my assistant Katie and some other people who work with me. Really sort of have a handle on social media, and who's participating and who's active as a fan, and they're the ones that have really combed through my followers and found a handful of people, and I noticed a few of them were from my old hood. Were from I grew up in the whitest fucking suburb, so I really can't call it a hood, or from my state. So, and I thought, well, and from South Jersey, and I grew up in Clark and Rahway, and but I spent every summer at the Jersey Shore as a kid, and it was just really kind of a magical place for me. And and then as I got older, you know, it's sort of, you know, I had friends that lived, one of my best friends lived in Toms River, and so in my 20s, I was there, you know, drinking and trying to get laid every Friday and Saturday night. You know, usually without a lot of success. So I have this sort of soft spot in my liver for the Jersey Shore, which is not just the TV show. It's actually a pretty fantastic place. So. And then obviously as of recent events with Hurricane Sandy, the devastation. So I got to thinking there was an opportunity for this not to just be about, hey, look at our show. You know, there was an opportunity for us to potentially give back, and we've had a lot of success with doing that. You know, we do the boot ride, we do a lot of work with military charities, and so I thought, well, here's an opportunity for me to help some folks out in my home state, and Theo Rossi, as you know, is from Staten Island, and Theo began Staten Strong with some buddies of his, and which is a charity, and Theo, when Sandy hit, man, Theo was just fucking, you know, he was boots on the motherfucking ground, man, and he really got his hands dirty. And helped a lot of people. So I told him about this idea, and he loved it. So he's helping through his charity Staten Strong to put the pieces in place here. But here is the plan. On November 10th, which is a Sunday, we will come down. We're going to rent the theater in either Seaside Heights or Point Pleasant, one of those areas that got hit, and our contest winners will be able to bring friends and family, and then we're going to open up the event in this theater to fans of the show, and they can come. It'll be first come, first serve, and we'll figure out if we buy tickets in advance. We'll figure all that out as we move forward. But and I'm going to ask people to make like a nominal donation, maybe $5 or something, to get in, and we will use that money to give back to a Sandy charity organization in South Jersey, and also to Staten Strong. And then I'm going to ask my partners at Fox to at least match that charitable donation and kick in a few bucks, and be able to help some people out, and then we will air episode that's the Sunday before episode 10 airs, so they will be able to see episode 10 before it airs on Tuesday night, and which means I will not allow anybody who has a Nielsen box into the event. They'll be able to see that episode, and then we'll do a Q&A, and it'll be myself, my fabulous wife, Theo Rossi, and Kim Coates. So the four of us will come out for this event, and we'll do a big Q&A afterwards. We'll answer your questions. We'll have a lot of fun, and I'm hoping it'll be a good event. You know, I'm going to invite. I'd love to invite like Governor Christie and some of the local politicians and folks from the Seaside area and South Jersey, celebrities. You know, I'd love to get Jon Stewart involved, and some of the other folks that were so active in helping out the Sandy folks. So that's the plan, and we're hoping to be able to throw a few bucks their way. For me, it's more about the idea that what ends up happening, and everyone is aware of this isn't new information, but you know, when these tragedies hit, there's a lot of media attention and a lot of buzz, and people help out and have charity events, and which is fantastic, and it's the way it should be. But then our lives move on, and unfortunately, another tragedy replaces the that event, and as a result of that, we kind of lose track of what's still urgent and what's still needed. And yes, there has been a lot of help has been delivered, and there has been some progress in South Jersey and Staten Island, but there is still a shitload of people in need, and devastation and destruction, and it's still, people still need a lot of help. The rebuilding is just, not really even begun, and so it's more about reminding folks, and not in a tragic kind of way, but just to say, hey folks, still need some help, and please be aware of that, and anything you can spare and anything you can do would be appreciated. So that's the plan. We will come out. We will do the event, the Q&A, spend some time with the fan winners, and this process for me is just a way also of thanking the Suns fans. I think I come from a theater background when, I did a shitload of bad off-Broadway and off-Broadway theater when I was in New York as a young man. And on any given night, a Saturday night or Friday night at 7:58, if you stuck your head out and looked in the audience and there were 4 people in there, you were excited because you got to put on a fucking show. And so I've always had this sort of appreciation for fans, and highly aware of the need for that relationship. You know what I mean? And I'm very grateful for the level of devotion that comes from my fans and the fans of of Suns. You guys are completely insane in a fantastic way, and you scare the living fuck out of me, but for all the right reasons. And I deeply appreciate your ability to show up each week and to bombard social media the way you do. And I don't live and die by numbers, because on FX cable we're not sort of strapped into the that trigger in terms of the way the networks are in terms of numbers. But when we do numbers, when we increase our numbers incrementally, which it's just remarkable, for the final seasons of a show to be continuing to get more viewers is really pretty fantastic. And we don't do zombie numbers, but we do okay, and it means people dig it, and so I'm glad folks are still tuning in. So our contest winners are both from South Jersey. From Ocean City, New Jersey, Rosalind M. Joussi, Jaussi, or Joussi. I don't know, I just went on her Twitter feed and all her pictures just cleavage. And our other winner is Kevin Orozco from, I'm probably saying that wrong, from Seaside Heights. And here is their information, in case you want to follow them, tweet them, harass them, or unfollow them. And I realize that I've made 2 people very happy, and probably a couple 100,000 really pissed off. So my work is done. But again, our winners, congratulations, Kevin and Rosalind. We will see you and a dozen of your closest friends and family on the 10th of November. Myself, Theo Rossi, Kim Coates, and the fabulous Katie Segal. Thank you again, folks. You kind of make all this worthwhile, and I appreciate that. So you have a good night.